first, the first conic section, which is, of course, the circle. How do we define it? Again, it is the set of all points in a plane which are equidistant from a fixed point called the center. So this one is the center, which is the origin. From the origin going to this point, which is B, we call it as the radius. From this point up to this point, this is the longest line segment that you can create from this circle. That is, of course, the diameter. This one is also the diameter, and half of it is, of course, the radius. Meaning, diameter is equal to 2 radius, or twice the radius. Now, this circle has this what we call equation. Remember, in a line, there is always an equation, and that is a linear function. In a parabola, that is a quadratic function. Okay, what about a circle? How do we find the equation of this? Okay, so in finding the standard equation of a circle whose center is at the origin, we will be using this formula. X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So r here is, of course, the radius. Now, what about standard form of the equation of a circle whose center is at any point, hk? We will be using the formula quantity x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Take note that hk here is the center, meaning any point on the rectangular coordinate system. So here, the center is the origin. Okay, let's take example number 1. Find the standard equation of the circle whose center is at point -7, 2 and radius of length 3. Okay, I will be illustrating this first. This one is -7, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is 1, 2. So this one is our center. This one is our center. And then our radius is 3. You will be counting from here 1, 2, 3 units. 1, 2, 3 units, 1, 2, 3 units, 1, 2, 3 units. And then, of course, you have to form a circle. I do not have any compass here, but you know already how a circle looks like. So, suppose this one is the circle. Okay. Suppose this one is a perfect circle. Okay, if you have a compass, you can create a perfect circle here. This one is the circle illustrated in example number 1. What is the equation of this? How are we going to get the equation of this? To get the equation, we will be using, of course, the second formula. So that is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Your h here is, of course, -7, and your k here is 2. So meaning your h is the x coordinate and your k is the y coordinate. So if we will be replacing it here, this is x minus -7 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to r squared. What is our r? Our r is 3. So that is squared. So this is x plus 7 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 9. Okay. This is already the standard form of the equation of a circle. No need to expand this. When are we going to expand this? We will be expanding this if the question is, find the general form of the equation of a circle. Okay, let's take example number 2. I will not be illustrating this anymore because you know already how to locate this point. This one is the center, and the diameter is length 10. Meaning, your diameter is 10, you divide it by 2, diameter is 10, you divide it by 2 to get the radius, and the radius is 5. Your center is h, k, because your center is not at the origin. This is -1, -9. Okay, substituting now the formula, this is x minus negative 1 squared plus y minus negative 9 squared is equal to 5 squared. So this is equal now to x plus 1 squared plus y plus 9 squared is equal to 25. So this one is the standard equation of the circle. Example number 3. Find the general equation of the circle whose diameter has endpoints at 4, 5, and negative 2, negative 3. I have already located these points, 4, 5. This 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 4, 5. And then negative 2, negative 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. This is negative 2, negative 3. How are we going to determine the center of the circle? To determine the center of the circle, we will be using the so-called midpoint formula. And this is the formula. X is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2. Same as with y. Y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. X here is the x coordinate of the center and y here is the y coordinate of the center. But what is this x sub 1 and what is this x sub 2? If this one is p sub 1, we can identify it as x sub 1, y sub 1. That is 0.1. And then 0.2, this one is x sub 2, y sub 2. Substituting the formula, you have x is equal to 4 plus negative 2 divided by 2. X is equal to 2 over 2. X is equal to 1. And then for y, we have 5 plus negative 3 divided by 2. Y is equal to 2 over 2. Y is equal to 1. So therefore, our center here is 1, 1. And where is that 1, 1? This is 1, 1. Okay, so this one is 1, 1. Okay, now, if this one is 1, 1, meaning this one is your radius. How are we going to get the radius? To get the radius, since in finding the general equation of the circle, we need to find the center and of course the radius. Because the formula is x minus h squared. The formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So we already have the center. The center is 1, 1. But we do not have r yet. How are we going to get the r? To find the r, you will be using the distance formula. And this is the distance formula. R is equal to the square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. So if this one is 0.1, let us assume that this one is 0.2. You can use this 2 points or you can use this 2 points. Still, these are radii. Okay? So this one is equal to this because they are both radius. So this is equal now to the square root of x sub 1 here is 4 minus, we will be using this as x sub 2 now and y sub 2 minus 1 squared plus 5 minus 1 squared. So r now, or the radius now, is equal to 3 squared plus 4 squared. And we know that 3 squared is 9 and 4 squared is 16. And square root of 25 is, of course, 5. Okay, so we have now the r, which is 5. Let us find now the general equation. So the general equation of the circle will be, substituting now the c and the r, x minus 1 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 5 squared. So this is expanding it using square of binomial, 2x plus 1, square the first, double the product of the first and the second, square the last. y squared minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 25. So arranging it in order, this is x squared plus y squared, followed by this negative 2x, followed by this negative 2y. Add the 2, it's plus 2 is equal to 25. Remember that in getting the general form, nothing will be left here except 0. So all terms will be placed to the other side. So x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2y plus 2 minus 25 equals 0. Finally, x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2y minus 23 equals 0. Example number 4. Find the general equation of the circle with center at the origin and passing through 512. This one is the origin and this one is 512, meaning this one is our, of course, our r. To find the r, we need to use again the distance formula. That is r is equal to square root of, this one is your p sub 1, this is 512, and this one is 0, 0. E sub 1, E sub 2. Okay, so again, these two can be interchanged. So this one is x sub 1, y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. So using the formula, x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. Get the square root, and that's it. R now is equal to the square root of, we have 5 minus 0 squared plus 12 minus 0 squared. R is equal to the square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared. So R is equal to 25 plus 144. And 25 plus 144 is 169. The square root is, of course, 13. So our center is at 0, 0, and our r is equal to 13. Now, if you will draw the circle, of course, this one is already your radius. You have to get a compass and then make a circle. And then, that's it. And how do we find the equation of that circle? To find the equation of that circle, we will be using, of course, the first formula, since our center is at the origin. So this is x squared plus y squared is equal to 13 squared. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 169. Getting the general equation, when we say general equation, 0 will be left on this side. So this is 1 minus 169 is equal to 0. So this is the general. Number 5. Find the general equation of the circle with center at 2, negative 1 and passing through 5, 3. This one is 2, negative 1. Let us name it as p sub 1. 2, negative 1. And the other one is 5, 3. So the circle is passing through this, and this one is, of course, your center. This is p sub 2. And this one is, of course, your r. So your diameter will be like this. So you have to make a circle like that. So we will be finding the general equation again of this circle. So how are we going to do that? We need to get first again the r, using, of course, the distance formula. This one is x sub 1, y sub 1. X sub 2, y sub 2. So this one is x sub 1 minus x sub 2 plus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. So r is equal to x sub 1 is, of course, 2 minus 5 squared plus y sub 1 is negative 1 minus 3 squared. So r is equal to square root of negative 3 squared plus negative 4 squared. This one is equivalent to 9 plus 16. R is equal to square root of 25. And of course, r is equal to 5. So our r is 5. Our center is at point to negative 1. Let us now find the equation of this circle. Again, if you will be drawing this circle, you have to point it out here and then make a compass like that. And then let's find the general equation. So we will be using the second formula this time because our center is not at the origin. Our center is, of course, at point 2, negative 1 each thing. So this is x minus 2. This is the x coordinate of the center plus y minus negative 1 squared is equal to 5 squared. So this is x squared minus 2x plus 4. How do we do that? Square of binomial, square it, double the product of the first and the second, and then square the last. Plus, this one becomes y plus 1 is equal to 25. So this is x squared minus 2x plus 4 plus, again, square of binomial, y squared. 2 times y times 1 is 2y. Square it, 1 is equal to 25. Arranging this in order, x squared first, and then y squared, and then the term with x, and then the term with y, and then of course the constant. So this is x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 2y. The constant plus 5 minus 25 equals 0. So the general form of the equation of the circle is x squared plus y squared minus 2x plus 2y minus 20 equals 0.